Alright everybody, welcome back to another video here at the CARnage gaming channel. Today we are back at the Proving Grounds and gonna test some cars. Our new series is called CARnage. I don't want to step on any toes for any copywriting issues or anything like that, so if you enjoy FailRace's content, go ahead and go check him out at his channel. Link in the description below for giving us the idea on this type of content. So, on today's episode of CARnage, we're going to start off with a Caterham type of vehicle. Obviously, they're not called that in the game for copyright issues, but that's what this is. This particular one is the 140. We'll go back in here and show you that. I got this one, the 140S, 2-liter engine, 16-inch tires, got 140 foot-pounds of torque, 136 brake horsepower. The 0-60 about 6 seconds, not terrible. Top speed 119. Off-road score is pretty low. Rear-wheel drive, and it is a manual, but we are in arcade mode today. So we are going to go ahead and get started. If you're new to this channel, basically what we do is we drive cars around this proving ground racetrack as fast as we can, you know, within reason, and basically drive them until they're done. So that could be pop tires that keep them from going, broken suspension, steering, engine overheats, drive shafts break. Really struggling with the bumps in this thing, which is to be expected because it's a road race car. I can, if the car flips or if I get it stuck on one of the random trees or objects in here and I'm unable to get it free, I can free it with the tool in the game. However, any damage that has occurred from me trying to flip the car back over is legit, so I can actually make the car worse in attempting to flip it back over. But with that said, we're continuing along here. We are mouse and keyboard gamers around here, so steering and gas isn't as precise as it would be with a control wheel or a controller. That is okay. We have many years of practice. So, through the speed bump banked turn, so far doing okay. It's having some trouble hunting for gears. It really gets sideways there if I let off the gas and try to turn. I think this car may actually have too much power for its weight and grip. I just cannot keep it together. Oh, this is going to make this really bad. Okay, well, here we go. Off this jump. Ooh, okay, that wasn't so bad going off of there. But boy, we're really struggling to keep it going straight. These cars in real life, if you have not seen, the little kit cars, you can put whatever engine you want on them. Generally, you know, little 4 cylinders, but they're supposed to handle pretty good because it's pretty much a metal frame with some independent suspension and a decent sized engine. So, you know, when your car only weighs 1,500, 2,000 pounds, you don't need a whole lot of power to go fast. Picking up some mud there, going through that turn. Alright, through the muddy hairpin. Ooh, hit that tree, that was not good. Alright, ooh, yeah, bent that front right wheel pretty good. That is going to make this infinitely more difficult, because now our alignment is all out of whack. Let's see here. Okay. It's trying to pull straight on me. I gotta constantly put in left steering because it's just trying to kick out the rear end. Oh god. gosh, we're not going to make it very far, I don't think. This is almost uncontrollable on the dirt. I almost just want it to end now. Can't go very fast because I'm constantly having to feather the throttle and play with the steering. Oh gosh, stay on the track. Alright. That's one lap down. Yeah, these exposed suspension cars, historically, right rear axle broken. Okay, that's fine. Engine started to oil, expected when we go upside down. So the right rear axle's broken, but it didn't say anything about the left. Oh, is it broken? Oh, we damaged the radiator. Okay, well, we made it to one full lap and then to the launch point of the first tabletop. That's really unfortunate. But again, small kit car, very exposed, and what ended up doing it in was a drive shaft. So we'll go ahead and reset back to the start line. Now let's get a different vehicle. Let's see if we can find something a little bit sturdier. Ooh, a Buick Caldera. I'd say, ooh, let's do the drift drag wide body. 68 Hemi. How can you go wrong? 350 foot-pounds of torque, 419 brake horsepower, top speed, off-road scores 25, rear-wheel drive. This should be pretty fun. So, a little bit of American muscle, a lot heavier. Will probably stand up to the abuse pretty well. But, obviously the handling is probably not going to be great. But with all the steel around it, I think we may have a shot. We'll find out here. Yep, our land yacht. Okay, actually absorbed those bumps pretty decently. Landed nice and flat, that's good. Oof, but definitely bottoming out when we do hit those jumps. Again, spinning out on the turns. Yeah. This is really tough. I'm trying. I'm not giving up on our keyboard and mouse. Alright, apparently we damaged the doors here. Fuel tank ruptured. Oh boy. If that's really what does this in, it's just the fuel tank, I'm going to be really sad. It should hopefully have a pretty decent sized fuel tank, considering it is a big old American muscle car. Oh gosh, we're on fire. We are on fire. Oh gosh, the brakes are fading because we're on fire. Oh god. This is not going well at all. Apparently the fuel tank is not very well protected in these old cars. And we're just, oh boy, yep. Car is overheating because it's on fire. Oil is overheating. That's just... Fuel tank still shows full though, so that's a plus. Oh boy. Yep, hitting trees. It'd be pretty cool if it left oh, engine's locked up. So we'll go ahead and coast to the bottom of the big ramp that transitions us from the pavement to the dirt. And that's it. I didn't quite take note where we actually ruptured the fuel tank, but I think it was over on the creek crossing, I suspect. And there's a fuel tank. We probably just hit a bump too hard and punctured it. And yeah, otherwise the car was mechanically in good condition. It's just rather unfortunate series of events, but that is the nature of CARnage. Let's go ahead and do another vehicle here. I like to do this in threes. Unless the vehicle does really well, then we might consider only doing two. Okay. 8x8. Just a good old... No previews on those. This looks like a nice big green army truck. 8x8. No stats listed. And it has a Manuel transmission. That should be spelled manual with an A, not an E. That is a Hispanic name, Manuel. Anyway, we'll let this model load here. See how it looks. Looks pretty stout, if I must say so myself. It looks like the frame, quite interesting, is this big tubular pipe looking nonsense under here. That is not where the drive shaft goes. The drive shaft is actually up above it, looks like. Let me get back to the other view here. So there's the transmission. You can see the drive shaft goes to the transfer case up over top of all this. So the drive shaft should be protected. And I guess the axles just articulate within that. It says it's an 8x8. I'm not sure if I believe that. Oh, okay. Disregard. It goes down to this drop box. So the drive shaft is actually contained within this huge metal sleeve, which should give us really good protection. Looks like suspension is airbags that are pretty tiny. But we got big knobby tires, so that should help us out here. I don't think it's going to be very maneuverable, even though it does have four-wheel steer. Those links look pretty vulnerable. We'll see. Oh boy, took off pretty quick. Alright. Yep, does not steer very well. But it's big and heavy, so it doesn't get going so fast that it's unmanageable. Oh, I'm just bouncing off of that stuff. Nice hard left turn here. These tires are not inflated very much for the modeling. That could just be a crummy model, though. We'll see. So far, so good. I'm pretty optimistic about how well this bad boy is going to do. Look at the uneven speed bumps around this hairpin. Obviously built for the military, so we don't care about emissions. Blowing lots of black smoke. Took the whoops there. No issues. If the spinners of death were still here, that would definitely cause us some issues going through there. However, I think we are A-okay. Alright, so far so good. Nice and straight, up and over the big jump, stay nice and flat. Smacked a little hard, but no apparent damage. I think our big knobby tires helped absorb a lot of that. So far this is going much better than a lot of other cars we've driven. Just because a lot of the street-going cars don't do so well on the dirt. Ooh, if you were in the cab, that would have not felt good. That cab looks like it's solidly mounted on the frame, so you're going to feel every little piece of bump that the suspension and tires don't pick up. Yep, okay, okay. Oof, alright. And jump. Perfect. Nice and bouncy. Try just a little bit of bodywork damage in the front, but we can't actually see it. I'm going to brake in to make this turn. That's lap 1 down. Doing well so far. I think eventually these jumps are going to catch up to us. Eventually something's going to break. Alright, through the uneven S-turn. No sweat. Through the creek bed, no issues. Through the uneven bumps, nice and slow for this tight hairpin. Alright. I must say, this thing is doing a lot better than the trophy truck from, I think it was the last episode. The trophy truck just had too much power and too much suspension to where it actually wasn't able to keep itself down on the road. That just ate that up like it was no issue. Alright. Yep, little speed bumps, no issues for these massive tires, military grade. Ah. You know what military grade means. You know that it's the cheapest thing that meets the requirements set forth by the military. It doesn't actually mean that it's really all that good. Anyway, continuing around here through the hairpin with the trees onto our big sweeping left-hand turn in the dirt. Into the drop-off jump. A little asymmetric on our jump there. I'd be surprised if that bent something. I don't think it did. I don't feel like it's pulling at all. Cool. Definitely see a chiropractor after driving this thing around here, that's for sure. Yep. Moving just the right speed to make that terrible. Nice. Ooh, airtime. Perfect. Thank goodness we're in arcade transmission mode, or else we would be constantly shifting this big old diesel. Trying to hunt for gears. Alright, that is lap 2 done. On to lap 3. Okay. Into our S's here. Keep cutting that corner. I'm really afraid of hitting the bridge. That's one of my big fears as we crash it in the creek into the bridge. Well, the horn doesn't work. That's alright. I think we'll live without the horn. Head gasket damaged. Did I do that to myself? I don't know what G does. At our next slow part, we're going to stop and look at the controls and see what G does. I accidentally hit G instead of H when I was trying to honk the horn. You could hear the air go off there. So we may have actually done this truck in. And we may need to redeem ourselves on the next video. Alright, we'll call that a slow spot. Set the park and brake. Controls, vehicle. Leash's horn. I don't know what the G function is. It doesn't tell us. Alright, well, we were blown head gaskets, so we'll see how long this this truck goes for. That might have just been happenstance for me pushing that button. I don't know if I actually caused that or not. But we shall see. Alright, through the 3 jumps here in the dirt. Nice jump. Alright. Welcome to our one Twitch viewer. Congratulations, you're the first viewer of the day. Welcome to my channel. This is a fairly new channel. We're just messing around on Beam NG Drive on a new series that we're calling CARnage, where we drive these cars until they don't work anymore. I do have the chat room up on my other monitors, so if you would like to chat, I am more than happy to chat for about the next 45 minutes till I gotta jump off for dinner. And for my viewers that will see this on YouTube afterwards, you can find the link to my Twitch channel in the description below, where you can watch me play live and interact with me outside of YouTube. Alright, into the whoops. This head gasket's holding on pretty good. It must not have been that damaged. Alright, back into the banked speed bumps. Through the S-turn and into the asphalt to dirt transition. Nice solid jumps there. Still tracking nice and straight. Took that at 80 miles an hour. That's what it said. It was more like 50, I think. That's alright. Through the hairpin with the bushes. Sweeping left turn into the drop-off jump. Oh, that did not feel good. Not at all. Alright. But we continue on. Come on. Alright. Can't get out of control here. There we go. And home stretch to finish off lap 4. 4 laps down. And we'll find out how many more to go. Alright, maybe for the future we'll have to... the vehicles that we think are going to last a while, maybe do those first instead of last. Because this has ended up to be a little bit longer video than I hoped. That is A-okay. Alright, back down into the creek. Looking good. Our fuel gauge has barely come off the full meter. And around the turn we go. This thing, I don't know if it's supposed to be an American or Russian truck. It looks very Russian. But it sure is a beast, that's for sure. Through the whoops. Eats him like a Sunday lunch. Alright, back around. Getting some good speed going on this transition. And taking the jump at 55 at the top. Alright. I think I'm just more impressed that it gets up to that speed. Around the hairpin. Still have a blown head gasket. That has not been fixed at all. But boy, this drive shaft in the tube is really working. Keeping it nice and protected. Oh, looks like we lost a piece of trim there. That's okay. Don't need no trim. As long as we're blowing black smoke out those stacks, I think we're good to go. Trying to take more of a racing line here. Alright, off our jumps and into, again, the home stretch for lap 5. That is 5 laps down. We may need to split this into a separate video. Let's see how long this actually ends up lasting. Overshot that. Got complacent. Overshot. It's okay. We will be okay. Alright. Through. We don't even notice that these dang bumps are here. Other cars, that unsettles them so much. When you got these big old tires, those are probably at, God, at least 45 inches. Alright, top of the jump at 55. Perfect. Back around hairpin. Still showing the engine is orange for that blown head gasket, but man, this diesel engine just doesn't care. I did not take that as fast as I wanted. This thing is not falling apart on us yet. Yep. Maybe missing a light up front. That's about it. Using the cab and the driver to take the brunt of the force on all these impacts. Alright, and off the jump. Alright, that is 6 laps down. 6 laps. Here we go. Alright, over the normal speed bumps into the 2 tabletops. I think if this thing does break, it's going to be my fault. We've been 6 full laps and haven't really done anything to it, so I think it's going to end up being from driver fatigue over anything at this point. Overshot a little bit again. There's a interesting thought as we're just driving around. So it's got 4 exhaust stacks on here. Does that mean it's got 8 cylinders? And it's doing 2 cylinders per stack? Is it 4 cylinders and just really big bores and strokes? It's some sort of convoluted 6-cylinder where it does a cylinder and a half per stack. Who knows? It's hidden, so I can't look. That was risky to not be looking where I was going on that jump, because that's the Widowmaker. You hit that thing wrong, you hit the fence, or you hit that rock cliff, you're done for. Either way. Me personally, I think this is going to be a turbo V8. And each stack there is pulling 2 cylinders of exhaust. Man, our fuel tank. Wouldn't that be crazy if we ran out of fuel before we broke this thing? At this rate, we'll be here a couple hours, if that's the case. And, yeah. Home stretch. 7 laps down, 7 laps. I will say, whoever modeled this truck did a really fine job of making sure it stayed together, because we cannot break it. I should say the proving ground. Ooh, that was close. Good thing we're paying attention. Tipped up, got to steer into it. Get it back on all 8. I was going to say, the proving ground can't kill it. For all intents and purposes. It'd be interesting to see how this thing did on a 4x4 proving ground. Which you may see in the future here on Stack's Garage Gaming channel. There are proving ground maps that are off-road built for 4x4s. If I want to do a 4x4 game, I would probably just go play SnowRunner or MudRunner. I do have some hours on those, and they're a blast. Alright, get some speed here for the transition. I think we'll call this the Widowmaker. This jump is now officially christened the Widowmaker. Not today. Not on this truck. A big old Russian, or soon to be Russian, 8x8 cargo truck. It just doesn't die. Blown head gasket. Not overheating. Seems to be very gentle on fuel. Not so gentle on the back, though. Really, that cab is bolted straight to the frame, so every bump that the frame takes, that cab takes it, and then some. Alright. Here we go. Yep. The bumps. Doing okay. Home stretch. Every time we take a bump like that, it shows a little bit more damage on the front bumper, but she just keeps trucking. Alright, that is 8 laps. 8 laps. And the tabletops. Tabletops. Okay. Back into the bumpy S-turn. Down into the creek crossing. Over the uneven bumps. see what the cockpit view looks like. Pretty unremarkable, pretty basic. This may answer... Oh, there it is. It's an 8-cylinder. Okay. Back out to orbit cam. It is indeed an 8-cylinder, so we answered our question from before. Not sure how good that is to have an exposed engine into the cab like that. The fan was definitely called a pinch hazard. Yeah, more like a slice your hand off kind of hazard, but I can't imagine that the fumes coming off that diesel would be very healthy. Not that the Russian military, again, presumptive, would care about that. So, here we go through the dirt hairpin with the bushes. Track manager still needs to cut those down. So, there's a very, very slim chance that the owner of the Proving Grounds map wants to cut all those bushes down. That would be fantastic. Because they just get in the way, really. And into the home stretch for the completion of lap 9. Lap 9. Alright. At this point, I think we're going to do one more lap, see how she holds up. Nothing's changing. And if we complete 10 laps, we're going to go ahead and deliberately try to break this thing. Because it's been, what, 7 laps, 8 laps now since we've damaged the head gasket. And nothing's changed. It's just trucking along. No pun intended. And, yeah. Good, solid vehicle. Very dependable, reliable. Definitely could see an issue if you roll it. Those 2 fuel tanks are exposed on the side. Oh, too fast. And we really have some issues. Other potential problems is if you do get this thing sideways, which I imagine would be pretty rough having 8 wheels. If you got it sideways, I don't know how much of a side load this is going to take. I reckon it would be pretty rough. Alright, and a jump. Oh, I wonder if we blew the head gasket from over-revving it on the Widowmaker. And it just happened to coincide when we were pushing the buttons. Let's see. Alright, I pushed the button there to see if it changes anything. Does not appear to be affecting our performance. We're still just moving right along the environment. Doesn't look like our gas main gauge has moved much since we last mentioned it. May not be super realistic on that front, but that is a-okay. Alright. Coming here into lap 10. Lap 10, we are officially saying this truck has survived the Proving Grounds. We are going to do what we can to try to get it injured. I'm gonna get some speed here. We may have to rely on the Widowmaker to really bash this thing in. So we're going to go ahead and try to do that. Did we just power slide that? We may have just power slid that. Alright, through the banked speed bumps. Alright, folks. Here we go. Yep, that did it. Well, yep, that steering knuckle came disconnected right there. You can see. Came disconnected. I called it. Those little steering links are not very strong. But we have 3 of the 4 wheels still able to steer. So is it able... Oh. Oh, we got ourselves wedged. Trying to get this picked up off. Ooh, the oil's overheating. We damaged the radiator. I think that I may have wedged it under the guardrail here, and I think we are officially stuck. High clutch temperature. Alright, well I think this is the hill that we die on. Even though we're not really on a hill. We're just here, wherever we are. At the Proving Grounds. Anyway. This truck, very impressed. If you're interested in it, the mod itself is the, I think it was the Crash Hard truck. Maybe it was. Yeah, the Crash Hard 8x8 big rig truck. It's, very formidable. And, like they said, it does crash pretty hard and is very formidable. It took them almost a year to build it. That's very impressive. Good job to you, Mr. Crash Hard. Thanks for the good truck. And with that said, thanks for watching. Please consider liking, sharing, subscribing, helping my channel out. If you're interested, my other channel has automotive content. Sax Garage is linked in the description below. Until next time, have a great day.